What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I am in love with the Oklahoma City Thunder's offseason. I think that they did everything that they needed to do, and it's amazing how well they pulled it off. And I really love their offseason for three main reasons that I want to talk about. Let me know in the comments how you would grade their offseason and what was your favorite move. Was it bringing back some guys? Was it signing some guys? Was it drafting someone? Was it trading certain people? Let me know in the comments what you like about their offseason, because I think there's so much good to talk about. But there's three main reasons that I love this offseason, right? It's the fact that you're able to keep all of your guys that you needed to keep. Isaiah Joe gets 4 years, $48 million, one of the best shooters in the damn league, improving every year. You've got Aaron Wiggins back 5 years, $47 million, who's like a Swiss Army knife, who's improving as a shooter, improving as a scorer, improving as a passer, defender, just everything you want to see out of a awesome young role player. So you bring back the two main guys that you were going to have as free agents, right? So you don't lose any of your depth pieces that had great moments throughout the regular season and even the playoffs. You kept the guys that mattered. You got rid of the ones that didn't, right? So that kind of takes you into the additions of who did they bring in that's new to this team. Obviously, you have the trade of Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso, and Caruso is just going to be an absolute baller of a defender, reliable, consistent shooter, and just makes all the right plays all the damn time. You add that to the fold, and right there, you already had a good enough season, right? You added I would say an awesome defender, Justin Caruso, which is going to amp your team's, just your points. It's going to amp everything on your offense and your defense up. You improved there, right? You got a more reliable role player, literally one of the best role guys in the league, glue guys. 29 other teams would have loved to have him, except for the Bulls, apparently. And you didn't give up a pick, which I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But so that addition's awesome. And then you sign Isaiah Hartenstein for, I think it's 3 years, $87 million. Gave him a big contract, but you have the money. You have the money. You don't have to pay anyone for a while. You got 2-3 years before anybody needs to get paid again. And that's what I like, the asset management. You have the money to spend now. You have a championship window now. Why would we make minor moves and prey on development when we can bring in a big dog like Isaiah Hartenstein, who's going to rebound, who's going to screen set, he's going to make the right passes out of the screening and rolling, he's going to be able to hit a floater, he's going to be able to protect the rim. You needed size because they got bullied against the Mavericks. The Mavericks really worked them on the glass. So you go out and you fix your biggest need. And you still have an $8 million mid-level exception left. At the end of it all, you've already added an all-NBA defender, and you added, if we're going to go by role players, like an all-NBA role player in Hartenstein. You filled your biggest needs. And the best part about filling your biggest needs is you didn't lose a single draft pick in the process. You're able to bring in one of the hottest commodities in Isaiah Hartenstein, no draft pick included. You're able to bring in one of the best role players in the league, Alex Caruso, no draft pick included. And then you have your draft where you take, I think it's Topic, who's going to redshirt his first year. And that's cool because, he's coming off that ACL injury. But, you don't need him now. That was a luxury pick, if you ask me. You take a guy that would have gone top 10 in this draft if he was healthy. He falls to, I think it was 14. And you take it because why not? We have nothing to lose. There's no guy in this draft that we thought was going to help us immediately. So let's take a guy that has a high potential and see what happens. We don't need him immediately. So you're able to take one of those luxury picks, right? Because you got a million picks anyway. But you didn't have to give up any to get any of the guys you wanted. And that's awesome asset management right there, as to where you're at one, Sam Presti, A+. Kudos to him because he did his thing. And it's ultimately going to make this Thunder team almost locked into being a top 2 seed next year in the West and a legit finals contender. This year, I was like, maybe they could get to the finals, but I think it's ultimately just going to be really interesting to see what they do in the postseason because I thought they were an awesome young team that was on the come up, right? I didn't expect them to go win the damn whole thing, but they're going to make it hard for somebody. They were going to be a problem. But they had some weaknesses like the rebounding and a little bit of the point of attack defense. You fix both of those. Shooting is something that, Shai gets another year of improvement. J-Dub gets another year of improvement. Caruso can shoot. Isaiah Joe's back. He's still lights out. Aaron Wiggins improving. Chet improving. You have all these guys that are probably going to be better shooters next year or close to it. And you didn't give up anything to make yourself a championship contender like this, to where the only teams I would say realistically looks like they could give up a fight against OKC at this moment in time. It's July 2nd, July 1st right now. The only teams that look like they're going to give them a run for their money right now in the West is Dallas, who added Klay Thompson, added Najee Marshall, and some others. And then Minnesota, who is improving. But OKC has taken, they filled all of their weaknesses in a couple of days, which is, a couple of weeks, because the Caruso trade was a couple weeks ago. But they're doing such great stuff right now, and I just feel like when you have a team as young as they are, and you are not standing pat and just banking on development, yes, you're banking on development because that's the main core of this team, but you're giving those developmental players J-Dub's an all-star level player, Chet is going to be an all-star level player, Shai's an MVP level player. You're giving them the resources around them. You're making life easy for all 5 guys on the court. And not every team is doing that. Most teams are not doing that. And for a team like Oklahoma City, who's in a small market, to be able to build the team the way they have, and then you're spending your money wisely, it's gonna be a nightmare beating them next year. That's gonna be one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses, one of the better rebounding teams. They may not lose. That's a 60-win team, at least. I think if they're healthy. Of course, health that's the most important part. But they added size. That was their biggest weakness, was just being not the biggest team in the world. But you added a big, and healthy, that's a 60-plus win team. That's first or second in the West. And I would say is a favorite for the conference finals in the West. We're talking in July, of course. We're talking in July for next May. But on paper, because that's how we look at this team was already awesome, and then they just added. No subtraction. I mean, the subtraction was getting rid of Giddey, and that was a plus for them. So, I don't know. I just love the offseason. I give it an A. I think that they've done an excellent job. Just in the moves that they made. It's like they made the right moves. They didn't go gamble and take a huge risk on somebody. They just added the pieces they felt were going to make this team, put them over the top. And that's some awesome stuff for that team and that fan base, because it's very easy to see that they could be in the finals next year and giving anybody a run for their money. But yeah, like I said just a couple of minutes ago, they still have an $8 million mid-level exception left on there, so they could still add somebody really good. I don't know who that is. I'm not even pondering that right now, because no matter what they do with that money, I think they've had an awesome offseason. They've done everything right. They took a chance on Topic, and they're going to let him sit. But we'll see what that looks like in 3 or 4 years. But that they have the luxury of doing that. And I think that's it. That tells you how well they're doing as a front office, when they can just, we're going to draft this guy and we're going to let him sit. We'll figure it out later. We don't need anybody that bad right now that we feel like is going to put us over the top, because we're going to go sign Hartenstein. We're going to add Caruso. We're going to bring back our guys. We're going to keep the continuity of our team. And, all that, I think that's another part of bringing back all the guys, is you didn't lose anybody that was like a locker room guy that, has that friendship and that continuity that team has built to where they're all best friends and love playing with each other. You added dudes that are like Hartenstein, who have been in locker rooms like that and been excellent forces. Caruso, who's been a fan favorite and a team favorite everywhere he's been. This is just A-plus stuff. And I think that's all you can say about it. And I can't wait for their summer league team, because it's gonna be fun, and then obviously the regular season, because they're gonna be out there being a total nightmare for everyone. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you grade the Oklahoma City Thunder's offseason. Who's your favorite addition? Do you like the contracts they gave out? I love everything that they did. I have no complaints, and I feel like if you have complaints, I think you're nitpicking a little bit. But let me know in the comments how you're feeling. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. And if you liked the video, click the like button. That'd be cool. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.